Good morning, everyone. Today's lesson is on the reasons why we fought the Civil War. What were the issues that divided the North and the South? I thought that before going over that, we should compare the North and the South so you better understand what the two sides were like. We've talked about the climate and geography, and we talked about the groups of the colonial groups. In the North, we know that they had warm summers, cold winters. It was rocky and hilly, not good soil for farming. They had forests for timbers, fast-moving, shallow rivers that were hard to navigate. Conversely, in the South, we had very hot summers with cool winters, rich, fertile soil, excellent farmland, and broad, slow-moving rivers. Let's talk about population. In the North had, in 1860, had about 31 million people. This number included a lot of immigrants. So when you have people from other cultures coming, you have different ideas, influx of ideas and goods. In the South, life was a bit slower. You had approximately 12 million people. 3.5 of those people were enslaved. About a fourth of Southerners owned slaves. If you didn't own slaves, you were a small farmer. Most people in the South were small farmers, not slave owners. So North, 31 million people, South, 12 million people, but out of those 12 million, 3.5 million were enslaved, which meant they had no rights, no voting rights at all. Cities. In the North, the cities were manufacturing centers, lots of cultural and educational opportunities. In the South, you had small towns along waterways. Why were they along waterways? So they could ship their goods, their farm goods. Most people lived on farms. The wealthy lived on plantations. The economy. In the North, they're making money off of manufacturing things. They have factories. They're making textiles, ships, iron goods, lumber. They're trading with foreign countries. In the South, it's agricultural, still growing those cash crops, cotton, tobacco, indigo, rice, sugar. Their agriculture is supported by slave labor. And with the invention of the cotton gin by Eli Whitney, it made cotton the king cash crop. The culture. In the North, there are lots of new ideas. We talked about that with the immigrants. Organized religion was very important in the North, and public education was available for all, male and female. In the South, plantation owners controlled society. So whoever had the money controlled society. It was family-centered and very, very conservative. Transportation. In the North, they had better roads, they had canals, and they had more railroads. In the South, they're relying on steamships, and they had less railroads. Okay, so now that you understand the differences, Samson says good morning, between the North and the South, let's talk about the issues that divided the nation. And I gave you all this chart, oops, upside down. I gave you guys this chart on View and in Classroom, and it basically highlights everything that I just said. Issues that divided the nation. Number one was slavery. The North thought that slavery was morally wrong, cruel, and inhumane. In the South, if they stopped slavery, it would have devastated their economy. Whether they felt it was morally wrong or there wasn't anything wrong with it, they knew that they had to keep slavery to keep their economy going. Culture, we talked a little bit about. In the North, there were big cities, industries. People left home every day to go to work. Basically like what we all did before this coronavirus hit. People in the South lived in villages and on farms. They basically worked from home. Their farm was right on their own land. Their plantation is right on their own land. Not a lot of people went to work. The economy. In the South, it was manufacturing. The North wanted tariffs or taxes on foreign goods to protect factory workers from foreign competition. In the South, it was agricultural, and they were against tariffs. They were against taxes because they were afraid that if they taxed their goods, Europe would not buy their cotton. And if Europe wasn't buying their cotton, then they weren't making a whole lot of money. So they were against tariffs, and the North was for tariffs or taxes. On the Constitution, the North said that the Constitution promised a permanent bond between the states. It was a union. Okay, they felt like they could not break apart from each other. In the South, thought that they have a right to leave the Union because their basic rights were being violated. If they can't have their state rights, and that's violating their basic rights, and they have a right to break away. I also gave you this sheet on View, issues that divided the nation. Those are the two sheets that I sent you this week. Samson wants to say hi. Say hi, Samson. Those are the two sheets that I gave you. There is nothing to fill out and send back. So no worksheets today. Please go on the History Channel, look at Mr. Betts, look up the Civil War battles. There are so many great 2-3 minute videos, articles you can read. Research Harriet Tubman's role in the Civil War. Who was Robert Smalls? Who was John, oh gosh, his name just left me. John Brown and Harper's Ferry. Research all that. I mean, this is a unit that we normally spend 5 or 6 weeks on, and I am going to teach it probably tomorrow in a 10-minute lesson. Just enjoy yourself, look around. It's kind of a rainy, yucky week, so this will be a good time to sit inside and do some research. I miss you guys very much. I hope everyone is doing well and staying active. I will post another video probably tomorrow. Okay, have a great day. Bye.